I hope my voice is clear. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Welcome to all the dear sadhaks to the Satsang with Gurudev. It's a space, a very special space where we do darshan in the collective presence of the Sangha. And because of Gurudev's presence and the Sangha's collectiveness, a very powerful transmission of Guru's energy happens, and we all receive it. And it feels like as if Gurudev is only talking to me, although there are hundreds of us he is sharing his energy with, but it always feels so personal. So for me, if I actually compare these satsangs, I compare them to how in ancient days sadhaks would travel all the way to the guru's ashram, and they would collect together to really know and find the answer to that one question which might be troubling them, might be becoming a hurdle on their path. With technology, the effort and travel has definitely gone away, but the intention we all must keep. The intention and the hunger to be in the presence, to really know the path forward. Because what we receive in these satsangs is not something which is ordinary. It is not just knowledge, it is not just words, it is not just answers. It is something more, it is something very sacred that we receive. And that is why Gurudev, no matter how busy the schedule is, even if he's traveling, he always tries to come for these satsang. There is something else that is happening here. There is something else that he's trying to give us, because he knows that it is not possible always to meet, but he does not want that inability of meeting to stop him from sharing what he really wants. Yes, so we all always must to contain this, keep this bhav within us, this intention, this knowing. And with this intention, let's enter into today's satsang as well, because every satsang hold the possibility, and you never know, today's satsang might hold the possibility of your own inner transformation too. So let's start with an invocation. Matarani, we'll add her in the spotlight. After the invocation, we'll have Gurudev.
Pranam, Pranam to everyone. Welcome. Let's settle down. Let's close our eyes and prepare ourselves to receive this beautiful satsang from Gurudev. Take few deep breaths. Inhale fully and exhale fully. Inhale fully, exhale to the end. We will invoke through this prayer, which is a timeless longing of each seeker. We'll start with Om and then enter into the mantra. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We may open our eyes softly, slowly, and bow down once more to receive the truth. Om Tat Sat. over to me, Rama.
We now add Gurudev, and on his guidance, we'll initiate the satsang.
Namaste and welcome all the dear sadhaks on this another journey of satsang. To me, it's a journey because in this 1 hour, what happens is something opens up and we all walk together towards a certain destination on a certain path. So this 1 hour to me is not less than a journey. So, and a beautiful journey, by the way. Hope you're all well wherever you are. So with that, Mirama, is my audio video clear to you?
Yes, Gurudev.
Yes. So with that, we can start. Jimira.
Gurudev, starting with the first question from Rashmi Bansalji from Merrimack. Her question is, through the day, I'm unable to do dhyan regularly with the busyness of life and children. But I feel connected to Mahadev every day through small patterns, bhajans, and your podcast. I look upon you as my guru. Is this connection enough, or how should I proceed to deepen it?
First of all, Rashmi, there is something inspiring you to be on this path. Presence of Mahadev you feel. First of all, please remember and know this in your heart. It's no less than a miracle, and it's a great blessing that in this life, with Mahadev's blessing, he is guiding you, he's trying to wake you up. Great blessing. The whole world around you is sleeping. Sleeping in their desires, sleeping in their attachments, sleeping in their possessions, sleeping to hold on to something which they think is theirs. All drowned and sleeping in this avastha, in this state. Because of maybe your past karmas, your samskaras, and Mahadev's karuna, blessing and compassion. He is doing something to wake you up. Receive it with that bhav. First of all of you, I'm saying. You're on the path. It's the greatest thing in life. There's nothing more beautiful, nothing more adventurous, nothing more joyful in life. If not today, some point in your life, you will realize this. And this itself will become your moment of awakening. Just this realization. It's no less than any moment of awakening. That a force is with me all the time. A force is guiding me through. Yes, today I do not know the force. I have given the force the name called Shiva or Shakti or Ma or whatever name we've given to the force. But the fact is, the force is working with me and for me. Great blessing already. We start from here, Rashmi. Now you listen to podcast, you listen to bhajans, kirtan. Yes, throughout the day you can't stay, you're not able to stay in dhyana or remembrance. You feel with me, you feel that connection of a guru, shishya, beautiful. Key question now. You ask, is this enough? And my answer is no. This is the starting point, Rashmi. This is, look at it this way, a door is opening, but door is not the end. Through podcast, through videos, through satsangs, through books, even this satsang that you are receiving right now. Is this enough? No. All of this is a starting point. For some of you, it is enough. Who are those some of you who are here fully emptied, who are receiving every word and every energy that's being transmitted right now when you're listening to this, when you're seeing this? If you are able to receive this completely, this is enough. But it usually does not happen for most of us. For few of us, this will happen. This is happening. But for most of us, because of our patterns and the baggage and the conditioning and the thoughts and the world we have created in our own head, the reality that we have created in our own head, not the reality which is real, but the reality that we have manufactured in our own head. Because of that, our ability to receive through each one of these mediums is limited. Hence, I say, no, just listening to podcasts, reading spiritual books, listening to chants and bhajans and kirtan, and having a connection with the living Guru, is that enough for most of us? No. Let me also explain now, which I've shared in many satsangs. You see, there are 5 fires. You know, the physical fire also, it's got different qualities of flames inside it. It's not one fire. It's a combination of multiple flames coming together. That makes it the fire. So there are 5 flames or 5 fires that need to come together for you to be able to burn all your past karmas and impressions and conditioning and really become ready, emptied to receive. These 5 fires are. The first fire is the fire of Ishta, our Shiva. For us, he's there all the time. He's not a thought for us. He's just not a Shiva Linga for us. He is. The isness of this life is Shiva to me. First fire. Alone this fire will it do? No. We have to add second fire to this whole process. And that's the fire of Guru. The living presence that we feel connected to, guided towards. That's the second fire. Because a lot of transmission happens through that second fire. Very important. And then the third fire, please see it's coming in the middle out of the 5 fires. The third fire is the fire of sadhana. Something that your guru has given you as a way of practice, something that you do inwardly on your own, not outwardly. You go to temple, you do some ritual outside, they're outward stuff. Real sadhana is a very inward process. You do it very internally, in your own space, within your own heart. You do this. That's what we call sadhana. Third fire. And then the fourth fire is of the Sangha, of the community, of people who are walking on the same path, people who've been connected to me. I've been connected to them for years, not years, for many janmas together, for many lives together. All seekers on the path. So the field becomes a collective field and not a solo field anymore. Yes, sadhana is a solo process, But if you do this solo process of sadhana, but with a field or in a field of Sangha, the impact of that is much deeper. And then comes the fifth fire of Seva, pouring out something that you have, using either your body, your mind, your resources, your possessions, whatever you have, using all of that, pouring out for the world's, for life's well-being, not just your own personal individual well-being. When, Rashmi, these five fires come together, then and only then the real journey starts. And that's the reason I said, what you're doing right now is beautiful starting process. It's one kind of fire, but we have to add all these fires to make it to make the journey a living, burning, fiery process. So five fires need to come together. Now look at this. Out of these five, what comes in the middle? So top two, above two are the Ishta and the Guru. Bottom two are the Sangha and the Seva. And then in the middle is something very critical, what we call sadhana. Very critical. Today, let me also explain you what sadhana is all about, Rashmi. We use this word many times very loosely. It's a very loaded, profound word called sadhana. Sadhana is equal to meditation. Many forms of meditations come together to make it as a sadhana. So, sadhana starts as some set of practices. Things that you do, as I said, it's an inward process. So you close your eyes, you're doing some breath work, you close your eyes, you're doing some visualization, you're closing your eyes and you're moving your energy around. All of these are techniques / practices. And you do them for a certain period of time every day. Shiva gave 112 techniques of these practices to Devi, to Adi Shakti. We call it Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. Each one of that is a practice, is a kriya, is a technique, is a tool. But none of it is a sadhana in itself. Because for a sadhak, for a seeker on a spiritual path, whole life is sadhana. Your relationships are sadhana, your work, your profession, your job is sadhana. Everything is sadhana. It's a big thing. Now, within that, certain practices we need to have to channelize our energy, to clean our system, to make the system ready, sharp, focused. Now, without that, we can't progress much. So there is a use of these techniques. Since ancient times, we've been using techniques. We call them meditations. But as I said, meditation is not sadhana. So what you do in sadhana, stage one, you take a technique, a certain process, a certain practice from the Guru. Then for a couple of months / years, you perfect that practice. Listen to this carefully. You perfect the practice. But that's not the goal in itself. That's one part of it. And slowly you will see the practice will start to perfect you. So sadhana is perfecting this. Not perfecting a technique, but perfecting a technique or using a technique in the initial phase of sadhana is very helpful. It keeps you rooted. You're not all over the place. Right now, you're all over the place. Your energies are all scattered in 10,000 directions. So at least that 30 minutes a day, that 1 hour a day, you collect yourself using this technique of sadhana. And you enter into sadhana then, using this technique. And slowly you build more techniques to that. So for an example, just before Mahashivratri, I gave you all a practice, a technique, a meditation technique. We called it Panchakshari Nada Sadhana. Lot of sadhaks who've been doing it, they're seeing profound impact. They still continue to do this because what it is really doing, every day you do it for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It collects all the scattered thoughts and energies and it brings you here. It's doing something at the brain level also. All the scattered parts of the brain, it's synchronizing all of that. Because you cannot do deeper work unless your life forces are synchronized. I'm using the word life forces are synchronized. Not life force is stuck in the physical body somewhere. Some things are blocked somewhere. Some thoughts are scattered somewhere. Breath is very shallow. No, no, no. We've got to synchronize all of this. And it's not a task. It's a living, joyful process. Imagine when you're walking on the street. If your body movements are not synchronized, it will look ugly. It will not look beautiful. Yes? But look at a human being walk. Somebody who really walks. There's a grace to that movement of the body. There's beauty to every hand gesture this being would make, every step that this being would take. Why there's grace and the beauty in this? Just because, every movement of his or her body, every gesture, is very synchronized with life force flowing in this being. This whole life is about synchronizing. Sadhana is nothing but first level, you synchronize your internal force, your internal energies. And then second level, you synchronize your internal energies with the energies of the cosmos. Boom, you are the Buddha now. That's all we need to do. It's not too technical, too tough, too confusing. Absolutely not. Next time, after the satsang, when you get up and you walk, just see how your body is synchronized. Because if your body movements are not synchronized, probably you cannot walk, you will fall, or you'll get too tired. You'll not be able to reach the potential of your walk unless you make the whole movement synchronized. You follow what I'm saying? So, sadhana is needed. I know a lot of sadhaks in the world today. They're just listening to podcasts and the satsangs. Very good. They're finding joy. They're receiving some transmission also based on their readiness of their vessel. Is that sufficient? No, that's not sufficient. If that was sufficient, why would I give you 5 fires? Because that is not sufficient. Because most of time, you just start to enjoy the satsang. You just start to enjoy the podcast. And then you hop on from one podcast to another, from one content piece to another. It's a good trap. You're just enjoying. Now you were enjoying the movies and the cinema. Now you're enjoying spiritual talks. You understand? This is not your problem. This is not your fault. This is how Maya has created the mind. She's just playing with you. And you're just not seeing the play. To be able to see the play, you have to synchronize your energies. You see how everything is related to everything else. And to synchronize your energies, you need to have a process. You need to follow a technique or a series of techniques, who knows? That's the reason every guru has been giving you some technique or the other. Ramana Maharishi gave you the technique of questioning, who am I? Keep asking. That's a technique. The technique of self-inquiry. It's part of sadhana. Shiva gave these 112 techniques. Why did he give 112 techniques? He could just ask Devi, oh Devi, Just sit, keep listening to my satsang, and that's it. You see, in Devi's case, that would work, by the way. Her vessel is fully ready to receive. That's the only reason she took incarnation. But for us, our vessel needs to be a little more cleared. So Shiva gave those 112 techniques as tools for us to clean our vessel, to synchronize our life force. So that is what is needed. Yeah. So do not take sadhana lightly. Understand that it is the middle function of all the five fires that talk about. And sadhana is what will bring deep discipline in your life. Repetition also brings discipline. It has a certain role. That's the reason every spiritual tradition around the world uses certain techniques. Yes? So go ahead on this. It's a great starting point of the journey that you've already been initiated on. Now take the next step. Enter into sadhana to synchronize energy. Do not just believe your mind too much. Yeah. The day you will ask me, Gurudev, I've integrated all the five fires of the Ishta, Guru, Sadhana, Sangha, Seva. What more I need to do? And then I'll say, go, just sit. Nothing else need to be done. By the way, when you synchronize all the five energies, probably all your questions will also dissolve. You will not ask me any question. Then only thing that you will do is, or you will say is, I just want to sit in the presence. That's it. Hope it helps. Thank you. Ji, Mamira.
Gurudev, with your permission, I found the right time to make an important announcement that I'd kept for the end. But this answer that you gave on sadhana and the third critical fire, I'll take your permission if I can make the announcement right now.
Sure, Miraji, go ahead.
Okay, so this is for everyone here with Gurudev's blessings. We are launching Namo Abhya Sadhana online, a 30-minute practice that Gurudev himself designed. And this is something that has the nectar of many years of his own sadhana. He took many years, and all of that he is bringing it for us. While it is happening online, we are still calling it Namo Abhyas Sadhana Retreat. I can see so many of you are so happy we are receiving hearts and so there are four levels to this sadhana. It will work on body, breath, mind, mind energy, and the nad alignment. And this critical fire is something that Gurudev is going to fuel himself. So the way the sadhana, this sadhana is going to be launched is it's coming in two batches. The first one is coming in English from 28th of May for 4 days, 2 hours every day. So total 8 hours. All the details of how the sadhana, how this retreat is going to be happening, we're going to share on all channels. But the first one is starting in English on 28th of May, evening batch, India time. The second is Hindi, that is starting from 11th of June. 11th to 14th June is the Hindi batch. Yes, so all the sadhaks who have been initiated earlier, Namobhya sadhana was given and initiated in the form of physical retreats. So for the first time, this is coming online because many sadhaks had requested, and Gurudev didn't want to stop, didn't want the physical retreat to become a hurdle in the sadhaks receiving this very essential third fire. And the ones who have received it have been seeing tremendous inner transformation, and they are seeing great support in their own sadhana. So we'll be posting all the details on the WhatsApp group, on social media, everywhere, even in the chat box right now. We'll be putting everything after the satsang. You may make a note of it and register for it. Also, in the WhatsApp group, we'll also share a video message from Gurudev on sadhana and Namo Abhyas Sadhana. Do take out time to listen to it. And then we look forward to all of you joining us in this sadhana and collectively fueling this fire. Thank you. So, yes, Gurudev, thank you so much for allowing time to share this essential announcement. I just took advantage of the opportunity.
You couldn't find
I,
better time to place this, huh? Is it?
yes.
Okay. Yes, Mira.
Gurudev. So, our next question is from Abhishek Pandeji from Hyderabad. His question is, for the past 1 to 2 years, Shiva mantras move me deeply, sometimes to tears. I feel a growing yearning to know Shiva. Can I begin sadhana while carrying the responsibilities of family and work? And where does one start?
Beautiful. Very related to what we just talked about. Great blessing that Shiva mantra is moving you to tears. What else we want in life? The tears of remembrance, the tears of joy, of the one whose amsha we are, whose essence we are in this embodiment. To remember that and to have tears of that remembering, what can be more beautiful? Perfect time for you to start sadhana, Abhishek. Perfect time. Because the system is ripe, the system is yearning to make it more real. Perfect time to start the sadhana. Can you start any sadhana with family life responsibility? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Just imagine if you have no family, no work pressure, no deadlines, no job, no nothing, but you've got all the money, etc. that you want. Huh? Consider you've got everything, but nobody around you, no responsibility around you. And now you're walking the path of sadhana. What will you do? Will you keep sitting in meditation for 12 hours, 18 hours a day? No, it doesn't happen that way. You become a monk, what happens then? Half the time you clean the floor, half the time you go fetch water, half the time you tend to the cows, you do some pruning to the plants, you do some gardening, you make food, you cook food for yourself, you cook food for everybody else. All of those processes become part of sadhana or become sadhana. But the way you think sadhana of quietly sitting down, doing certain process, meditating, how long will you do that then? Again, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours maximum. Maybe on some days, 5, 4, 6 hours. But then you need to sustain your body. You need to move around. You need to do some work around. You follow what I'm saying? You're in an ashram, let's say. You've taken monastic vows. Now you're in a monastery, in an ashram. That's like a bigger family now. More conflicts, more work. Earlier, you had to cook food for 3 people, 4 people in your house. Now you have to cook food for 100 people. The bigger the environment, the bigger the family, the bigger the chores. Okay, you say, I'll just go and sit in the cave. Yeah, I don't want to be in a monastery or in an ashram. Beautiful. Now go sit in a cave. But there'll be a lot of mosquitoes there. And of course, the rodents. And then it'll be hot. And then you'll say, 2 hours of meditation, I'm getting a little bored. Then you'll start to play with some butterflies around. Then a monkey will come and you'll start to play with the monkey. You'll create your samsara there also. Have you heard this story? There was, I think your name is Abhishek, if I remember in the question. So there was this Abhishek once from Hyderabad who said, I want to do sadhana full time. So he went up to a mountain. There was a cave in the mountain. So he sat in a cave, started meditating. But as I just explained, there were rodents, there were mosquitoes. He was okay with the mosquitoes, but with the rodents, mouse, chuha, he was not okay with them. So he went down the mountain, goes to a village. He shares the problem with the villagers. They said, "Yeah, simple problem, sir. You are an enlightened being. Why are you struggling with rodents? Go get a cat." He said, that's a good idea. So he went ahead, got a cat to take care of the rodents. Brilliant idea. So rodents were all gone. The cat ate all the rodents. Now there are no rodents. Now he would sit in the meditation. The cat would come and sit on his lap, will lick around, will make noises, will create sounds, will do something. Because cat is hungry, because now there are no rodents. Now it's a pet cat. The cat has served him so much. He's got to take care of the cat. He's meditating, so compassion is growing. So he goes to the village again. He says, "Look, I have to feed the cat." He said, "Cat loves milk. So why don't you get a goat?" He said, that's a good idea. So he gets a goat, gets the milk of the goat for the cat. Perfect. But few days, goat grazes all the grass all around. There's nothing to eat for the goat now. Now the goat is making noises. Now she needs to be fed. So he goes to the village again and say, "What do I do?" So village says, "Sir, simple solution, no problem. Around your cave, there's so much of land. Why don't you grow some things there? Some food you'll take, some food the goat will take." He said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So he started cultivating. Now there's food for him, there's food for the goat. He's not dependent on the villagers anymore. Brilliant. But next season, there was no crop. And this guy is, Abhishek from Hyderabad. He's got no experience of farming. He goes to the village again and says, "Sir, what do I do?" They said, "Sir, you've not put any manure. How would you get the crop?" She said, "Where do I get the manure?" He said, "Simple. You get a cow. She'll give you milk for your consumption. You'll be healthy, and she'll give you, manure for the field." He said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." He gets a cow now. But cows, goats, they need care. Somebody need to take care of them. So he went to the village again and he got a lady to help with the cow, with the goat, milking the cow 4 in the morning. He's meditating. So this girl was very beautiful. She would come 3, 4, 5 hours every day, help him out. He fell in love with the girl. Now they got married. Samsara, Abhishek. So be aware. Do not run away from samsara. Wherever you'll go, you'll find rodents and the mosquitoes. You'll get the cat and the goat and the cow and the girl and the marriage, cultivation land and samsara. We create our own samsara, right? So do not make anything. Let me rephrase. Do not allow your mind to create anything into a hurdle of sadhana. Nothing is a hurdle to sadhana, nothing. You're sitting in the middle of Delhi or a big city or Hyderabad, even if you're running a food stall there in the middle of the city, 1,000 people passing by every given moment of time, even there, you can do your sadhana. It's not about external situations. As I said, wherever you will go, you will find some external situations which are challenging. In the cave, there are situations which are challenging. I've been in the caves, believe me. In the ashram, there are challenging situations. Believe me, we have an ashram, I know. In the household, there are challenging situations. You do business, there are situations outside will pose some challenges to what you want to do slash to what you want to achieve. That's the play of life. When you do bodybuilding, there's something called resistance training. Yes, you train your body and your mind to face the resistance because that is how you strengthen your muscle. We call it the muscle of resilience. So, any situation you are right now, all of you, work, family, whatever situation you are in, sadhana can be initiated in the middle of every situation. Joyful or crisis does not matter. I'll give you a real life example of it. It happened a few months ago. There's a friend, Sadhak, whose father was terminally ill. So he was on his deathbed, last days of life. And this sadhak just found about us, started listening to some of the satsang, etc. And this sadhak made sure that the father who's just leaving now, matter of a few days, listens to the satsangs. So that man, the man who was just on his way out of this planet, started listening to satsangs at that moment. And then there was still some energy left in him. You know what he asked this sadhak? That in one of the satsang, Gurudev said that he's written a book called Let the Mud Settle. I want to read the book. And then this sadhak sent me the photo of this man, old man, lying in the hospital. That time he was sleeping and the book was open on his chest. I just didn't save the photo somewhere. But that when I saw that this has happened, I think last year sometime. That was the most prized thing that I saw in years. In the middle of any situation, till the time breath is on, you must initiate sadhana. That's my message to you. Hope it helps. Thank you. Ji, Mamira.
Ji Gurudev. Uh, the next question is from Prajakta Sahani ji from Pune. Her question is, earlier sadhana came naturally and easily. Now I find I'm unable to practice the way I once could. What causes this withdrawal of the inner pull, and how does one find one's way back?
As I said, Maya has a way of building your resilience. So sadhana came naturally to you earlier on. What does it mean? Please be very, very sharp and intelligent. You must know why things are happening the way they are happening. Earlier, sadhana came naturally to you because of some past lives, karmas, probably sadhanas that you did. As a fruit of that, in this janma, in this incarnation, without doing anything much, the love for Shiva, sadhana, just flew into your life naturally. It just came to you naturally. That was fruit of the past life karmas or the blessings of your elders. Pitras we call in Hindi. The lineage that you come from, the elders of that lineage. It's a blessing of that. But you see, every karma or every blessing is like a bank balance. You've been eating on that bank balance without contributing back into that bank balance, and the balance gets over and sadhana disappears. Because your past life credit is done now. You understand what I'm... This is exactly how it works. You eat the fruit and the fruit is gone now. Fruit is over, not gone actually. The fruit is just over. You're not growing more fruit, you follow. The 5 fires, the Agnis that I talk about, that is your way of cultivating your spiritual path ahead. So you've got to do the 5. There's just no running around. There's just no way out of this. And it makes the whole sadhana journey supremely beautiful. Please start that. Integrate that. You ask, how do I get it back? A, integrate the 5 Agnis again in your life. With effort, with will, with conviction, now you choose the path. Earlier, the path chose you based on the past karmas. Now you choose the path and follow the steps. Everything has a certain system. 5 fires is a system. Now you follow the steps of this. And you will see your journey will be back on track. Simple. How and where do you start from is the question, even for the 5 Agnis, 5 fires. Today, let me give you a sutra here. All sadhana, all dhyana, all practices, even listening to the satsang right now, even remembering Shiva, even establishing connection with the Sangha or the Guru, the starting point of all of this is your ability to bring your life force together in a bindu, in this dot, in this moment, and then start to pour all your attention on the subject. Be the subject Shiva, be the subject Guru, be the subject Satsang, whatever the subject is. That's the base. That's the fundamental base. If your life energies and thoughts are all scattered, and if you're not able to be attentive, pour all your attention in this moment, then life will just pass by and you'll be lost in 10,000 thoughts. And you are not attentive to what life is trying to tell you. For an example, this question that you asked, that it came naturally. To me, that's where you should stop. And pay attention, why did it come naturally? And why did it disappear? Because nothing happens accidentally in life, my friend. As the great Buddha said, the whole of life journey is cause and effect. If you're seeing some effect, there must have been some cause. Pay attention. Know the cause. And that's how the whole science becomes available to you. The whole path becomes available to you. Always remember the starting point. Your ability to pour attention on a certain subject in this very moment is the game changer. Even if you do sadhana and you do not have this ability to be attentive, just be here, locked in this moment. No matter how many hours of practice you do, nothing will happen. That's the critical point. Yes. And the starting point of that is every moment, whatever you're doing, you just do that. Be fully present to that. I took a pause. I took a deep breath in to realign the center and realign this presence in the present moment. You follow what I'm saying? That's exactly how. Every moment. This ability to just be present to this moment You're doing your job, tending to household chores, taking your dog out for a walk, studying, anything you're doing. Are you present? Even while watching your Netflix or cinema, are you present? Are you attentive? Because the day you watch a cinema by being fully attentive, magical thing will happen. Well, it'll destroy some fun also. And that magical thing is you fully attentive to the film that is being played, and a moment will come when you will transcend that, meaning you'll go beyond, meaning you'll just see, oh, this is all natak, drama, play of light and shadow happening on the screen. And you will start to see, while the film is being played, the black screen at the back, which is fully lit with all the scenes going on, all the drama going on. But in that moment, because of your practice of being attentive, you'll be able to see the black screen. The moment you see the black screen, you're no more entangled with the play of the movie. Well, it'll destroy the fun because right now you're too entangled in the movie, which you call fun. Look at this. You call entanglement fun. You get lost in the movie, you call it fun. So your definition of fun is when you are lost. Whenever your presence is lost, you feel that's fun because you've not really experienced the presence yet. The day you will experience the presence fully, your own presence, the presence of the moment, that's when the real fun begins. And all this lower fun starts to dissolve away. Since you've not felt, realized, experienced, caught that yet, the scatteredness and the lostness you call fun. When the mind is lost, thoughts are scattered, you're watching the movie, you don't have to do anything. In fact, while watching the movie, you're totally entangled and lost in the story being told to you. You call it fun. Losing yourself is not fun. It's a waste of time and energy. I'm not dissuading you from watching cinema. All I'm saying, watch as much cinema as you can, as you want. Develop the ability to be attentive, to see the screen at the back, to see the cameraman at the back who's playing with your senses with his little equipment called camera. And see through the director who's commanding at the back, saying, okay, now put this scene on. And you are thinking in that moment, this is a real story. That's, by the way, is the story of your life. I just explained. Hope it helps. Thank you. Chima Mira. Looking at the time, I think we should stop now. It's been too much fun today. So, well, let's do some dhyana in this zone of being present. Please close your eyes, all of you. Keep your spine straight. Take a few long, deep inhalations. Soft, slow exhalations. And with each breath, come to this moment. Be very attentive in this moment. Be attentive to the posture of your body right now. Be attentive to any sensation that you're experiencing in the body. Just don't do anything about it. Do not interfere. Just be present to notice the sensation, any kind of sensation in the body right now. Be attentive to your thoughts. Do not interfere. Just become present to any thought that might be crossing. Take a deep inhalation once again. Slowly release it. And with this release, just release all your baggage, all the burden unnecessary you've been carrying on your shoulders. Shiva is there to take care of you always. Just release any tension, any stiffness, any stress, any burden. Deep inhalation. With another exhale, just let all go. And with deep gratitude in your heart to the Adi Guru Shiva, to Mahadi Shakti, entire lineage of all the Gurus, all your family, your Sangha, and your sadhana. Deep gratitude to all the knowns and the unknowns. Another deep inhalation, fulfill yourself with life force. And with that gratitude and a joyful smile on your face, you may open your eyes now. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Yes, yes, you should smile now, because it's the time for Darshan. And I have to change some setting in my screen to have your Darshan now. And when I do the darshan, I have to look at the screen more and not at the camera. Screen is somewhere else and the camera is somewhere else. So don't get confused when you don't see my eyes there, because my eyes are here. Amina Patel, Pooja Sharma, Hemal, Hina Patel, Sushma, Ashokji, Bhanumati, Rukmani, Mabhumija, Shelly Kansal, Jayashri, Rajat Chaudhary, Cherry, Atul Gogna, Rebecca, Rumi, Ranjan and Prisha, Swami Samarth Kirti and Mat Tanupriya, Anil, Bamizai, Ma Hina, Reena Chawla, Vivek Bakshi, Pradeep Dogra, Anup, Arup Sagar, Swami Anandutsav, Mohit Garg, Jeremy, Prakriti, Kavita Chaudhary, Aradhana, Zair, Abhis, Tanushri, Itishri Das, Lopamudra, Sadhana Rai, Kiran Latwa, Niranjana Chaudhary, Tanushri, Avinash, Rajesh Srinivasan, Shiv Sharma, Monica Singh, Vitasta, Swami Ananda Vivek, Mangala, Satyaprakash, Pooja, Mamta, Nisha Chawla, Anju Bala, Dr. Hina Trivedi, Ma Chetan Srishti, Aruna, Swami Sahajanand, Swami Hridayavir, Madhyan Bindya, Monica Chug, Mayur, Manisha Sharma, Anindya, Thomas, Aparna, Surendra, George, Rehmat Meher, Shyamala, Rohit Khattar, Swami Shraddha Kirti, Santosh Kil, Bhavya Shah, Simi Gupta. As I said, never, never, never feel that I'm not seeing you if I'm not taking your name, okay? I see some of you and skip taking the name, okay? Rashmi, you're laughing, very good. You should laugh more. Premanandini, Arati, Dr. Pooja, Payal Madan, Sabina Singh, Shweta, Vineet Walia. He was just here. He flew. Abhishek, Akhilesh, Shailesh Master, Harsha, Satwinder, Harsh Patel, Jigna Bayani, Tushar, Dhirendranath, Vishesh, Mike Ross, Vineet Gaur, Madhur, Sutpa Das, Indu Malik, Radhika, Ma Prema Shraddha, Shikha, Kapil, Sheetal, Shiva Sahin, Sutpa Das, Stephanie. So many beautiful sadhaks, Maram Dasi. Today I'm having more fun, having a darshan of all of you. Yeah. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal ji, Sonika, Drishti, and so many of dear sadhaks. It's such a joy to see your faces with this calm, with this attentiveness, with this presence, and with a sense of deep receiving. My love and blessings to all of you. Always. Shall meet very soon. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you. Mamira, over to you.
Thank you, Gurudev. Looking at everyone today, I don't know how to speak. But yes, some announcements. The one that I made in the middle, I'll repeat again because I was checking the chat. Some of you missed the announcement. Uh, it is about Namo Abhya Sadhana, the third fire, which is sadhana. To fuel this fire, Gurudev has decided to launch Namo Abhya Sadhana, a 30-minute daily practice that he himself designed and which works at 4 levels: body, breath, mind, and inner nad alignment. We are starting with our first batch from 28th May to 31st May, 4 days, 2 hours every day. The first one is going to be in English. It is going to be in India evening time. The timing is kept such so that the sadhaks from outside of India can also join. The second batch is going to be in Hindi starting from 11th June to 14 June. Again, 4 days, 2 hours every day. Gurudev will himself initiate us and lead these 8 hours of sadhana. To register, we are sharing the link for both sadhaks joining from outside India and within India. The links will come on the WhatsApp group and here also. So do join and let's fuel this fire called sadhana. The second announcement is for those who are joining us directly on YouTube Live and are not a part of the Satsang WhatsApp group. It is for them. This is the place where all the sadhu updates, retreats, Gurudev, information about Gurudev, any satsang, anything that is happening at the ashram and in and around Gurudev, they get updated here. Not just a WhatsApp update group, but it's a living Sangha. So the link you will see in the description of the YouTube video you're watching right now. All the links are there. You can join the WhatsApp group from there. The third is the announcement on the fifth fire, which is Seva. We recently launched Satsang Seva initiative. Many sadhaks have already joined. It is an opportunity to experience and nurture the Seva fire. All you have to do is give 5 minutes of your time every day and help spread Gurudev's message, Gurudev's Vani, and the seeds of awakening to the world. It's a very simple seva, but with just one simple seva for 5 minutes, you will see the inner bhav and your inner sadhana getting fueled deeper. So join us. We'll share the link on the WhatsApp group soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Be in remembrance. Be in love. Be in the grace of Gurudev. Sadhu Namah Shivaya.